Squarespace or Webflow, if you are comparing both tools and you do not know where to start, I'm going to do my best that by the end of this video, you have a very clear sense of which tool to use for your website. Now, my background is I'm a web developer for the last decade. I've used every major tool out there, and specifically Squarespace. I have a lot of experience there. I built over 250 websites on Squarespace. I built a few projects on Webflow. I understand how it works. I probably am between 5 to 10 because as soon as I got into Webflow, I switched into Framer, which is another one, which is a different conversation. I have a different video on that. But in this video, I'm going to cover both of these tools, and I'm going to do it by covering the way they talk about their tool in comparison. So both websites have a compare page that they compare their tools. So this is Squarespace's, and this is Squarespace, and this is Webflow's. And so I'm going to compare these, and I'm going to tell you what's actually true and what's garbage. Because look at this. I love how Webflow starts this way. It's a professional web design platform with a robust CMS facing up against a template-based drag and drop tool. Is there even a contest? Hello, let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to just kind of go through all of this stuff. One thing I do want to say out of the gate is down below I have links to these tools that will give you a discount. Unfortunately, Webflow denied my affiliate program or any type of connection because they don't want to be associated with me. Don't know why. Every other brand loves working with me because I send hundreds of clients to them. But if you want a discount for Squarespace, I do have a link, affiliate link, and a discount there. And I'll have the Webflow link down there. If you want to click it, we'll see if they one day decide to work with me or not. Anyway, all right, let's get into it. So these two platforms promise to build you a beautiful website. Out of the gate, I just want to make this very, very clear. Webflow is going to have a huge learning curve. Squarespace is not. And that's going to be the most important thing. If you're not a web developer, the only reason you would go to Webflow would start to be because you really need a specific element, feature, animation style, something specific that Webflow offers that Squarespace doesn't. Maybe it's an integration or something like that. So we're going to talk about that now. Let's start here. So right here, they have pricing. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. They have these pricing details. Let me throw this up here just so it's out of the way. And I don't know if you can see that. Okay, pricing. So Squarespace starts at $16 a month. Webflow is at $14 a month. I honestly would not compare those plans because it's just not truly it. If you go to their pricing, this is Webflow, you're going to see you could get a basic site for $14 a month. That's true, but that does not offer any CMS, which is like a blog. If you have testimonials and you put them in a CMS, events. Squarespace offers an event CMS, a blog CMS, and as many as you want. If you want a store as well, all of that is offered within their initial plan. So this is kind of a gimmick to me. You would never use this plan. You would honestly use this plan. I actually am. It's kind of funny to me that Squarespace actually used that plan. To begin, I think they should have showed this because that's actually comparable to Squarespace's first plan. But this is where Webflow is a game, man. I don't understand this at all. So if you want to add in some cool features, you're gonna probably start this like $23 a month. But then from there, you're gonna need to pay for all these other additional things, especially like e-commerce. Check this out. Just to get e-commerce, you have to add $29 a month on top of that. And then you may need to pay for a workspace plan, which allows you to then like be able to actually access multiple sites or other things, staging, unlimited paid hosting sites. It gets really interesting and confusing at the same time. So just bear in mind, you're looking at maybe $19 a month. This is per person, I believe. Let me double check. Freelancers and agencies. And then there's another plan here. So you got to pay $16 a month plus the 29 or whatever it was, 23 a month, whatever this is. It's just confusing. The math here is just way, way too complex. So overall, pricing wise, it's way more affordable. But if you do need special features with Webflow, which we'll talk about, that is a different story. All right, so let's go back to Webflow here. I'm like, is it even a contest? Yeah, bro, it is a contest because not everybody needs these like crazy features. And honestly, this is where I just want to start. Let's just start here. And I know there's probably like Webflow developers out there who are like, oh my gosh, like this is like such a dumb video. Webflow's way better. It's actually not, because at the end of the day, a website is best if it could be managed by the business owner for most businesses. Like, we don't need developers for everything. You don't need to pay 150 an hour for everything. That's not necessary. So when it comes to design freedom, this is what Webflow says. With Webflow, you can create whatever design you have in mind or use a template. Squarespace is a template based with limited customizability. That is true. But what they don't tell you is there is a 50-hour learning curve for you to even get to this. Like in Squarespace, the navigation by default is there. You just click a few buttons to choose, do you want your menu, like your logo here or in the middle or whatever. They don't give you every option, but they give you a few that are like pretty standard and really robust. But when it comes down to it, design freedom, you know how much work it takes to build a navigation inside of Webflow? And sure, you could start with a template, but the worst thing about Webflow is classes. I think it's the most obnoxious thing. Webflow classes. Let's just take a look at images. So these are classes, and you have to like somehow all the classes that you use. So for H1, H2, all the headings, profile. So you got to create these custom classes that then have customizations around it, which means you have to understand how they work, and then flex boxes. And the reality is 99% of business owners do not understand any of this. And that's why Squarespace, even though it's a template, is going to be way better, because you just go in, you double click on a page, you hit edit, you hit save, you're good. Let me just go to this demo website and just kind of show you like the edit experience. There's no classes to worry about. It's loading. There we go. Edit. Boom. I come in here. Let's say I want to, this whole thing is blocking. Let's say I want to add a block. All the blocks that I want are here. So for example, if I want to add text, I just click. Boom. There's a text box here. Let me drag it right there and say hello. Boom. And then all of this is already pre-formatted, so it's there. I could center it if I want. Boom. Whatever I want to do, it's there. It's all there. It's just like that simple. I hit save, done. The navigation I mentioned earlier, if I hit edit site nav and then edit design, you'll see it just gives me these pre-built layouts. There's 5 of them. Yeah, you don't get every option in the book. So if you do want a lot of customization, you don't want a standard navigation, and that's super important to your business specifically, then yeah, Webflow is going to be better, because trying to custom code this is going to take a lot of work. But the reality is 90% of business owners don't need anything fancy. They just need their logo in the top left, menu in the middle, or like next to it, like this example here, and then a call to action on the right, something like this. These things are not that complicated. This is probably the most popular design and setup that most businesses need in 2026 and beyond. So I think this is a gimmick here in how they describe it. Now, when it comes to animations and interactions, hands down, Webflow is a million times better in this case. There's kind of no conversation here. If you go into like actually editing their animations, they're trying to get better at animations. I did this in my comparison with Framer as well. Animations are cool, but you have no control. This is like as much as you can do. With Webflow, you can control every detail. So like, for example, I just was on the Apple website and I noticed this. Do you see how it like loads one by one? Like if I go back here, it's just like everything is delayed like perfectly. So you see like the first product and the second and the third and the fourth. The way that happens, Webflow allows you to do that, where Squarespace, you have no control. Just whatever the default settings are. Let me go back here. Boom. It just is going to do whatever is there and at whatever speed you choose. And then like maybe you want something to be animated, maybe you don't. So it just gets really, really, I don't want to say complicated, but there's not a lot of option. They are trying to add it in. Let me hit save, exit out of this. I don't know if I have these features. These might be hidden features right now. Let's see. Pin. Nope. Style background. I don't see anything with animation at the moment. It might be a feature that I'm going to get soon. I don't know, but we'll just leave it at that for right now. So when it comes to animation, there's not a lot of option. User friendliness. Hey, they actually rated this properly. Squarespace emphasizes user friendliness at the expense of flexibility. I don't know if it's at the expense. That would almost be like saying like Apple emphasizes a great user experience at the expense of flexibility. Like, yeah, you're not able to do anything you want with an Apple device. There's certain things that are limited with the way Apple works and their ecosystem and things. So they're saying it as a diss, even though they probably built this on an Apple device. Let me let that sink in for a minute. That makes it easy for most people, but frustrating for creatives who want something unique. If you do want something. Now, let's just clarify this. As a web developer, I've built hundreds of sites. This is maybe where my expertise could come in most. If you've never built a website before, but you really want something unique, you got to understand why. Is it because you just want to look really cool? Or is unique actually what is going to have somebody sign up and work with you? Okay? There's a big difference there. Because I have seen websites that are basic websites in Squarespace generate tens of millions of dollars. People don't care about unique when it comes down to, are you solving a problem they have, or are you a solution they're looking for, or are you offering something that they need? Like, that's the goal. So if you're starting out, my recommendation, focus in on that. Probably Squarespace is a great place to get started. But if you do need something very custom, let's say, for example, let's see if they talk about it here. CMS and blogging. Yeah, let's talk about this. Okay, what is a CMS? A CMS is a content management system. Think of it as a blog, events calendar, what do they say here? Case studies, lookbooks, whatever, portfolio. You could choose every single element and field that you want with Webflow. So if I do Webflow CMS, let me just see if there's any images that can help me show. So what I want to just show you here is that with Webflow, give it a second to load, you could decide, I need a name for every single item in my CMS, and I need, it's not showing me more, I need like the content, and I need an author, like you can see there's authors here and tags and all that. Let me try to get you a better example. These are all not the best example. Basically, you could decide every element. Here we go. This is better. So you could say, oh, I need a category, and it's connected to a category CMS. And I need tags, which is connected to tags. Here's the body of the post. Oh, and I need a thumbnail image. Oh, and I need an excerpt. Oh, and I need an additional, like, I need a color to be associated with the blog post. Any of that stuff that you want, you could do with Webflow. With Squarespace, there's no customization to any CMS. So this is really going to matter if you are building some type of, let's say, directory or custom portfolio. That's like highly custom. You're going to need a lot more control, and that's where Webflow really comes in. So in that case, you start, if you don't know web design at all, start with a template, simple template. Don't overthink it. Start with a simple template. Design your CMS, or if it has a CMS design, customize it to your liking. Make sure everything shows up on the page as you like, and you're off to the races. Anything else, it just gets really complicated quickly. Let's talk through, it's so funny, some of these things that they're just saying are so much better. Customizable checkout. Webflow gives you control over the layers. I'm going to stay away from e-commerce because I don't know Webflow's experience too much. I would tell you, though, Squarespace out of the gate is just going to, I mean, they've been doing e-commerce. Let's do pricing. All right. So take a look here. So their pricing is $16.23. It's kind of funny that they actually, I think, have the same exact pricing, $14 and $23. Okay, very interesting. The 23 is very interesting. But here, okay, so you could sell anything at any plan, but here you get a lot more options. So I do want to emphasize this. If you're thinking about selling any of these items, this is really important. Okay, so selling products and services. Let's start there. If you're selling any type of products, service, digital products, anything like that, all of that's built for you. So you could just get started right away. With Webflow, you're going to have to create everything custom from scratch. That whole CMS conversation we had, I think you have to do that for your products. You have to say, here is the name of the product, here's the price, here's the sale price, here is the description of the product, here is like other notes of features of the product. Like you have to design all of that. With Squarespace, you get that out of the box. You also can send invoices. That's like cool or whatever. Sell content, so you could sell digital products and stuff. And then you could sell memberships, which you could have like member only content on your website, which is awesome. You could also sell courses. So it doesn't really say courses here. Oh, here we go. Sell content memberships, including online courses, blogs, and video with a transaction fee. So basically what you could do is like, say I have 10 videos or some type of online course that I want to sell. Well, I could sell that on the behind a paywall, and all of it is hosted in Squarespace. To do that on Webflow, you would require to create all the CMSs. You have to design all the pages. Then you have to create the actual membership, which there is no membership side. You have to use a third-party tool. Again, that might have updated more recently inside of Webflow, but I don't think there is any type of membership. Like there's like a few tools that allow you to do like paywalls. But then now you're using a third-party tool. All right, sales funnel analytics, it's kind of subpar. And then API integration for advanced sale functionality, that's fine. But this stuff here, I think is super valuable. Like, customize the checkout over the layout of the checkout page. Like nobody cares. Go to Shopify, the biggest e-commerce store platform on the planet, and they don't let you customize it at all. There's like a few little things you could do, but not a lot. Along with payment customization options. Okay, that's whatever. Customizable cart. You could build a beautiful cart experience. Okay, that's awesome, but like small detail, I think in the grand scheme of it. Store owner experience, store management. I'm going to avoid all this stuff. Design. Okay, let's go back up here. So we talked about templates a little bit, user friendliness, animations, free plan. This is a gimmick, bro. This is a gimmick. There is no such thing as a free plan with these things. This is a huge factor. So look, if you're building a basic website, 5-page website, and you go to like Squarespace and you look at their templates and you just say, hey, like I kind of really like these templates here. You're going to find something you love, and that's going to be really easy for you to manage and run with and keep everything just super easy. I'm looking for, where are their templates? I think they move this around. Let's do get started. No, that's not it. Oh, I'm just browsing. Here we go. Okay, so I would just find their templates and then start to take a look at all these templates. And maybe you're like, oh, I really like this. This works great. Then you just start with that and you're good to go. You don't have to do anything fancy. You just start with that and you're good to go. You could customize the look, the feel, the fonts, everything really, really easily. Where again, Webflow, you're going to start with 50 hours. I know it kind of sounds like I'm more biased towards Squarespace, but it really pisses me off. Like to say, is there even a contest where Squarespace has like started the game in so many ways for what Webflow built on? Yes, it's a cool tool. Webflow does a lot of cool things and it's very powerful, mainly because you could export your code at the end of it. But that's for like developers. That's for $20,000 websites. That's for like the most advanced use cases. For the average user, which 90% of people watching this video, you're not an average person, but for the average user, Squarespace is going to do the job more than enough. And so this kind of throws me off a little bit. Let's go back to Squarespace's page and kind of see what they say. AI website builder, both are garbage. I would just kind of leave it at that. E-commerce features, 100%. We already talked about Squarespace. SEO and AIO, which like GEO, there's a lot of different names for that, but anything with LLMs, this is kind of generic. I don't know if there's a lot to be said here. Webflow probably wins here if you're going hard on SEO specifically. I think the template-based thing does cause issues, but let's just take a look. Page speed insights, and we're going to type in webflow.com, and then I'll do another tab, page speed insights, squarespace.com. Perfect. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at Webflow. Webflow's own website, right? This is like Google's tool for testing the speed of a page, and this is Core Web Vitals. On mobile, they fail. Desktop, and desktop they fail. That's surprising. Squarespace fails here. This is where I think they're the weakest, but it's so funny that actually Webflow fails as well. But back here, Squarespace for desktop, they do pass. This isn't a make or break. These are small details, but kind of if I gave you a hierarchy, if you're creating some custom CMS or you need a very unique design for your website, go with Webflow. If you specifically really do need high level of animations and design in that way, go with Webflow. But if you don't, and when I say need, it has to be need. It's not a want, it's a need. Unless you have all the money that you just want to spend on this and you're just like, yeah, I want that, so let's go for it. You want to spend 10K on it, run it, do it. But if you just need a great website that you could update in the future, that you could manage, and it doesn't take 50 hours to learn, you're going to get a lot more value from Squarespace. Let me show you something. This is a really cool website. This is called Landbook, land-book.com. And in here, you can find a lot of cool things. So let's just say, for example, this is like, some of these are templates that they're selling. A lot of this is connected with like Webflow. So I think this here is like a template. I don't know if this is Framer. But you could see here in the little corner, like this is Shopify, this is Shopify, this is Webflow. So you could kind of see and get a feel for like what is being built. Beautiful website. If you're running what is this company? B150? Not 100% sure what this is. Where not B1 is where creators turn bold ideas into cool. So funny. I think, yeah, I saw this as an ad, Vibathon. Okay, cool. This is the next level. This is like they're trying to present themselves as the future. I love it. I think this is great. And I think this is a great use case for Webflow. I'd probably recommend Framer because I just think Framer is going to be way better in this experience. But they went with Webflow. So that's cool. Let's see some other Webflow sites here. Again, very beautiful, but again, this is a much bigger company that they're gonna have a custom development team or setup or whatever that is to build it out. To build something like this just takes a lot of work, and you got to like navigate so many aspects of the site and building it to get it all to look and feel the way you want. It is not just one step. So websites like this are $30, $40, $50, $60,000 because you have like there's the brand side of it, there's the actual graphics and design, there's the animations. I think these buttons are kind of ugly. This is cool, like getting this sorted. That's the web development side. Customizing these graphics and building out everything, making videos for this. There's just a lot of different aspects here that come into play overall. But if you go back to Squarespace and you take a look at these templates and you get a feel for them, and there's one you really like for example, let's take a look at a few of these. Let's take a look here. So let's do this one. So it is more basic, you could say, but it's going to give you everything you need. You got products, you got product pages you could work with. So you could click into here. Boom, you got a product page. It zooms in. You could select size, whatever you need. All that other stuff, the menu, everything is there. You have all the pages you want. You're good to go. Like straight up, you're good to go. Let's take a look here. This is cool. Begin your at-home learning adventure. Awesome. $20 a month. Cancel anytime. Explore programs. This is all cool. Looks great. Simple. Like some of this stuff is but you can customize it a bit to really bring it to life and get something that you really love, that works, and that you can manage. I just think that's like something to be said. Like, and even the ability to change colors like this fast, you can't see it too much here, but there we go. This is better. You can see all the colors changing. You can't do that in Webflow. Like there's definitely not just a simple brand element that you could just make those adjustments and test them out how you like. So let's go down here and take a look at one more. We took a look at that kind of. All right, so let's take a look. New home builders. Awesome. There's these images you could take a look at. Cool for different types of work. Their work a little bit more. That's awesome. All right, get in touch. Buttons are thrown off, I think, just because of the size of the screen. No worries. Cool. And then you could come in here and be like, no, we want to go darker. Let's see. These buttons are, there we go. So these are custom designs and setups that you could choose from, or you could like go in there and customize it to your liking. Again, all the fonts and colors are fully customizable with just a few clicks to get the feel that you want for the site. But I mean, look at that. Like you're getting like 10 different designs right away from this one template, and you could be like, oh, this is it for us. Like this is the look and feel. Then you could start with this design, boom, and start building right away, which is crazy. You can't do that with Webflow unless you buy a template. And then you start out with a template. So now you kind of see the difference. These are a lot more robust websites, But at the end of the day, do you need this little cut here? And you could actually just do that in graphic design, but do you need that there? No. Like, if you have a use case and this actually proves to be a valuable use case, people are going to use it. So again, the links are down below. It helps support this channel. They are affiliate links. If you do decide to go with one of the tools, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.